She'll ask you lots of questions to find out who you are, to make you feel like a star. She doesn't care if you animate on the ones or the twos. She just wants to get to know the real you. Oh, yes to that. The animator's friend, she's with you to the end. She'll be your new best friend. After cocktails and coffee, the conversation is so carefree. She doesn't care if you animate on the ones or the twos. Just sit back, relax, and time will fly by. Here we go.
Hello, I'm the animator's friend, India Lombardi-Bello. Thanks for tuning in this month yet again. If you're new to the podcast, it is an opportunity for you to get to know animators outside the context of their work. Most of the time, animators, when they're interviewed, they get asked about craft and the state of the industry, which is important chat to have. But I was more interested in getting to know them as people, getting to hear their opinions on things, being more curious about the individual behind the work rather than just the work itself. If you don't already, you can keep up with podcast goings-on at my Instagram, which is counterintuitively Lucky Dog Face. Today on the show, I have joining me Marcelese Cooper. They are an artist and educator originally from Santa Clarita, California, and has practiced throughout the Midwest and the South for nearly a decade, influenced by their experiences as a young Black queer individual. Cooper explores themes of identity, community, and the Black and Brown narrative through mediums like animation, performance art, and experimental video. They blend the DNA of dreams, science fiction, and surreal art house cinema in their work. And Marcelese is currently a teaching assistant professor in the Film and Media Studies program at the University of Pittsburgh. At the front, we talk a little bit about, different projects that Marcelese has going on, so I won't linger too much on that, but you should follow along with their project, Story Drive, which is an ongoing video series where people call in to leave a voicemail, and then Marcelese and maybe sometimes other people will reinterpret that into an animation. They just launched a new website for that. You can find more information about that project on storydriveproject.com. We talked about a film that they had in Film Diary NYC, which is like a film festival for experimental documentary. But we never actually said what the film was called. So that film is called No More Than Anyone Else, which blends candid interviews, experimental moments, and reflective narration in this 55-minute personal documentary exploring what it means to grow up when the people who love you also struggle to accept who you are. And Marcelese is currently seeking funding for their next project, On Good Days, which is a short experimental documentary about what it means to live with chronic and autoimmune conditions on a daily basis. So look for that on GoFundMe and consider throwing them a few bucks. It's become a bit of a podcast tradition, but yes, Marcelese and I do a deep dive on a bug. So take your bets now about what bug that is, or actually bugs. It's bugs now that I'm thinking about it. Reminder about my sponsor, Camp Snap. They are a screen-free digital camera where you can take photos, be present in the moment, and have these cool filmic looking kind of photos. You can plug the camera into your computer later to get them. Highly recommend. I use it for my personal life and for the podcast. And if you use the link that's in my show notes, you can get $5 off on anything of your choice. And they have some new cameras out in different colorways, so I think worth checking out for sure now if you haven't in a while. I had mentioned that I had my little film called Failure is My Only Children in television in New York City, which was really fun to see on the big screen, to hear it, because it is a very sound-based piece as well. Thank you for anybody that came out to see it in New York City. Not sure where else it shows as part of television, but I would like to give a little plug for the Troy, New York edition of television, whether I'm in it or not, because I spent many years in Troy. And I was just super excited that television was going up there. I'm from the capital region. So I feel, passionate about animation reaching anybody at all. But, there are animators there and they deserve to, show their work there. So, and that was organized by a friend of the pod, Sean Concannon. And it's at No Fun, which is a really cool, they do lots of different things. They do, television's going to be a screening. They do open mics and stuff like that, but just a really cool music venue. I've gone there many times for shows over the years. I'm really glad that they came to Troy. Troy has, in my experience, this rich culture of DIY kind of arts and music. I was part of Ground Zero, which still does exist, which is a DIY music venue. So yeah, that's the Troy vibe. And I think television fits right in. I think that's all I have to say for today. So let's now listen to my chat with my new friend, Marcelese Cooper. Maybe if you could just start by talking about Story Drive, because it seems like that's your most current kind of project that you're doing.
Story Drive is, the way I describe it is it's a community art project where people leave anonymous voicemails, and at some point in time they get turned into video art. Mm-hmm. I started it right at the beginning phase of the pandemic, because I'd moved to Houston, Texas for grad school, and I was bright-eyed and excited about making work.
Yeah.
And then we all had to go into our homes and not be anywhere near each other. So I was looking for a way to just keep making, and I always wanted to more seriously try to animate. I'd done stop motion, but that just wasn't my background as far as any formal sort of training. I have a little Google hotline.
Yes.
And at first it was just people in Houston, and I restarted it once I graduated and went to Erie, PA. Mm-hmm. And there's a good almost 200 voicemails, and it's usually just me. But
you calling in yourself?
Oh no! There's two. I think the first voicemail is me "Hi Marcelese, it's Marcelese. I hope this works."
Yeah.
Usually animating, and that's been nice. The first big project that I've done animation-wise is coming out of Story Drive. I'm trying to do these small anthology little chapters that will have a theme to them. And this first one, it's all LGBTQ sort of centered voicemails, and that's going to festivals right now. Story Drive, Voices Unveiled.
So that's why you're in New York City, is for that project specifically.
It's not even that one.
Oh, okay.
I throw too many balls in the air to
That's
juggle.
not a bad thing.
I made a small diary film that's me interviewing friends and strangers in Pittsburgh, just about childhood, their experience growing up. Mm-hmm. It was meant to be just a 20-minute little something to make while I'm throughout the year. I just need to be making something. Mm-hmm. It's 55 minutes.
Wow, yeah.
And the only place I knew, I was well, I could for sure screen it, and I'm sure it would be in good hands, and it'd be a conversation, was a Film Diary, NYC. Mm-hmm.
I feel I had more questions about Story Drive. So that was like kind of your first like big foray into animation, was doing that. And then you were self-taught.
Yeah. I've been drawing for a long time, but I went to undergrad initially as like a journalism person, and I'd always made like video.
Yeah.
I was definitely like the kid who would plead with friends, like, please be in this video. I promise it'll be cool.
Yeah.
But I've always drawn. Like I would, my mom liked buying Ghibli movies, or we would see like whatever animated film would come on, and I would doodle a lot. But I tried doing animation in like After Effects when I was much younger, and it was laughably bad, but it was fun. Like it did get me thinking about like, oh, I can do this not on paper. Like this could be digital.
Yes. And
that's honestly, I took the leap and was able to get some degree of like practice before. I think it was maybe like my birthday. I got an iPad Pro so I could finally get like a software that was a little more easy to use than Adobe Animate, since I didn't have a tablet. But yeah, it's been 6 years of animating like more like, I guess, quote unquote, like properly in a way where I'm not just putting track in front of me and hoping that I can like keep momentum going.
What program are you using now?
I do a mixture of Procreate, and I'll use After Effects sometimes, but honestly, I'll like make layers of stuff in Procreate and then bring it into Premiere. It's such a hodgepodge.
Yeah.
Because it's usually like mixed media stuff.
Right. I myself have just gotten into Procreate Dreams because I got comfortable. I feel like last year, like I did like a drawing project with a friend, and I was just like, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to like finally just get comfortable with Procreate. And then, Hellovision.
Yes, I just submitted.
Me too. So yeah, I took it as an opportunity to learn Procreate Dreams, and I was like, oh, this is like so easy and so like how I would want to work. So I think it's like, it's gonna be a game changer for me.
I need to learn Dreams. I'm always just so stubborn. I'm like, I'll do it in the summer. Like when it's the most beautiful outside, I'm gonna put myself in like a room.
Yeah.
But
and then I also wanted to ask you about, it seems like it's a project that you're working on Good Days. I was interested in hearing more about it just because I've recently revealed on the podcast, I don't mind saying it, that I had Lyme disease for 4 years. I'm very familiar with, what it's like to have a long-term illness or like, a chronic illness, and the unique experience that is, and that even though there's so many different types of things that people go through, like the experience is largely like similar. So I was like really excited that you were making a work that it seems like it's talking to different people with different circumstances, but hearing like what their experience is. And yeah, I don't know if you could just like share more about that project.
Yeah, I'm raising funds for that right now. My hope is that over 2026 to shoot and to keep it short. But I feel like, as someone who has lupus, and my mom has lupus, her sisters have lupus, like autoimmune is like a big part of me growing up and like seeing my mom deal with that. And then I got diagnosed, not with lupus specifically, but with the first way they were able to identify it was like autoimmune hepatitis. And it changed so, like I went to the ER like 3 times before I even got any sort of like real help to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
So a big part of like making for me has been like working in physical limitations. And I knew I wanted to make a project at some point about, if not like my experience, just like the sort of, because it's not monolithic. Like everyone who's dealing with a chronic condition definitely has their own like, oh, I can't eat this, or I have only so much energy for a day, or even just like, I think like mobility is a big issue for a lot of folks. But I wanted something that kind of combined the parts I really like about doing Story Drive, like some of like the experimenting with animating, with some more of the stuff that I've been kind of playing around with as far as like live action, like shooting. And it's 4 people, 4 subjects, 1 in Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Illinois, and then Texas. And yeah, just like following them for a small slice of time, but just kind of getting a sense of their day to day. Because like, on a good day, like maybe you're functional, and And I want to give another window into these conditions that's not just like, wow, I'm so good. I might as well be like air quotes normal. But also not like the sensationalized doom and gloom, like no hope. Because I remember like when I got my diagnosis, I was told over the phone, like, you have autoimmune hepatitis. We have some medications to start you on. Just Google it.
Oh my God.
And I went, oh, okay. And I was like very nervous, and I Googled it. And of course, like WebMD is the first thing that pops up. And it talks about like life expectancy. And it said like unmedicated 2 years. They hadn't really told me the condition my body generally was in. So I was like horrified.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of navigating like the healthcare system that I want to explore with them, and just how people are living. But.
Yeah. Because, I feel like it's so much you're on, like kind of just what you said with like these, like they're like, look it up, do your own research. It's like, shouldn't you tell me what's up?
I don't have the degree. There's
and it's just like, it's so horrible. You're like in the fight of your life, and you're also the most like on your own.
Yeah.
That's when you would need that support, and it's like it's not there.
It's tough too, I think, especially like if you end up having to jump around to like different doctors. I know for me, like the ER was tough, but then like there was a few like Black nurses who were like, you're going to be okay, like, because my liver looked insane. They were like, do you drink a lot? And I was like, no. Like, well, either you're lying or there's something wrong with your liver.
Yeah.
But like the doctors weren't checking it, but the nurses kept saying, I would go get that checked out. I didn't have a primary care, and I found one. She was probably the best doctor I've ever had. She was so committed to figuring out how to help me.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't have jaundice for my fingers. My eyes looked normal. But I went from being someone who biked, like was hoping to do like a 21 mile, like a marathon, to I couldn't even like get the mail.
Yeah.
But you're right. People really do leave you like alone, and you might get like one healthcare professional, and then you get a specialist, and like that'll be $800 for me to tell you. See you in like 6 months.
Yeah, to like just be like, this is what's happening. I don't know. Yeah, like they don't. It's big.
Yeah, that's the feeling.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're doing the project. I think that it'll be important to share, that experience, because it is an isolating experience, and not a lot of people get the opportunity to talk about what it is, So you said you're looking for funding. There's like Kickstarter, right?
I have a GoFundMe going right now. It's like a third of the way funded. Just trying to raise like $3,000, mostly for the expenses of getting to folks, because I do not drive.
Okay.
So it's all going to be like, plane, trains, no automobiles.
Listeners, go donate. I think we're good to get into the questionnaire. So, number 1, you're visiting New York City right now. What's the first thing that you unpacked when you arrived?
Kind of on the same train of thought, medication.
Important.
Like all 5 rattling pill bottles.
Yep.
With little Sunday through Monday little like tabs so my goldfish memory doesn't shoot me in the foot.
Sure. It's important. 2, what's your sign?
I am a Cancer.
Cancer.
Do you want the big 3?
Sure. Yes. Love the big 3.
Sun, Cancer, Aries moon, and Gemini rising.
Okay. Do you feel like you identify with these things? Or is it just like, whatever? I
mean, I do think it's fun to think about until it calls me a crybaby. But I would say that I am, I don't know, I can be sensitive. I try to be a calm person. I'm so anxious. But I feel like the idea of being potentially like a soothing person and someone that's like more emotion-based at times. Yeah, I'm a little crabby. So.
I feel like though, like I don't think of Cancer as being like outwardly emotional. Like I wouldn't say crybaby, but like they're emotional with themselves. Like if you say something to them, maybe they're thinking about it later and they're like, oh.
Oh, that's me for sure. I can't escape that.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. You're in touch with your emotions. It's not a bad thing, right?
Oh yeah, I wear my crab on my sleeve.
Yes. But then the Aries moon is interesting. Do you feel like deep down you're like,
I mean, I feel like I get that way about like things I work on and like things I am passionate about.
yeah.
Like I've calmed down a little bit in the past years. I feel like when I'm off of a schedule or there's a project I really want to like make happen, when I get derailed, the warpath I could go on, but I need to bring myself back into being like calm and rolling with the punches. But
Yeah.
I'll get really focused on trying to make something happen.
Yeah. That's good. That fiery drive. 3, what did you eat today?
I just ate before we sat down. I think it was called Sweet Fire. And I had it looked like a cinnamon roll, but it was a breakfast roll. And it had like bacon and cheese in it. It had like a little spicy cheese, like I don't remember the name of the Panera.
Oh.
I'm not a cheese master.
Pimento?
There we go. I was like, Mentos? Like that's not
Had Mentos in there.
It was really good. Like I mostly was getting it so that I didn't pass out.
Right.
Because I'm not good at eating breakfast. I'll wait till like 2 and be like, why is my vision closing?
Why do I feel crazy? Yeah.
But it was really good, and it was nice in there. My partner who's with me, and I'm visiting with me, my fiance, and 2 of her siblings. Oh. And they all shared a cookie.
Yeah.
And it was
it was 3 of them split a cookie.
Well, because they were just trying it. They were like, oh, just a little something to go with our coffee.
Yeah.
That thing was gone immediately.
Yeah.
It was like a s'more infused. Like I had a little piece. It was tasty. All the stuff for that menu was.
Yeah.
I'm making myself hungry again.
We might have to pause and go get a snack. Yeah, sounds good. Good to know. I'll check it out. 4, have you listened to music today?
I did. I took a shower this morning and I was listening to music in the shower. I think I was listening to the remix of Stateside by Pink Panthers.
Okay.
I've been playing that song. I like even before we came on our trip, I feel like I had gotten home from work and it was a beautiful day outside. I just felt really good and I kept playing Pink Panthers.
Yeah.
Just a little something to get a little shimmy going to.
Yeah, it's good she's good for the shimmy for sure. 5, what's the last movie that you saw in a theater?
I think the last thing I actually saw in theater was the Nirvana, band, the show, the movie.
Did you like it? I haven't seen it, but
I had such a fun time.
Yeah.
I knew of like the web series and a few of like, you know, some of the viral memes clips, but I never got to see the Vice show. So I kind of went into that movie a little bit blind.
Yeah.
I saw it twice. I had such a fun, giggle-infused time.
Yeah.
Also, just the fact that it's mockumentary-esque. I feel like not intentionally, but I just can't get away from documentary and being like more appreciative of stuff that feels like, how are you getting these like interactions from people?
I've heard that it's like peak millennial humor. Do you feel like that's true?
I feel like I'm 28 and I feel like I'm like that 97 right on the cusp, and I feel like older millennials were laughing and then there was some Gen Z in the theater who were like confused but amused.
Yeah.
At a few things. There was I think there's a point in time where like one of the actors, Matt Johnson, like turns to the screen and just yells Obama. And I feel like there were just like kids in the theater who were like, I don't like.
Why is that funny?
Some of them don't even know. Yeah, they don't know why it's funny. There's a few people like, it's always interesting like teaching students, and they're not so young that they're like, who's Obama? But occasionally I have been dealing with like high school students, and some people are like, I don't know who Martin Luther King Jr. is. Wow. I don't know who Obama is.
Wow.
I know Kai Cenat. And which is, I mean, I don't know. I just, it was funny to have a movie of that specific like era of humor
Yeah.
be like so in everyone's face right now.
Yeah. The last movie I saw in the theater was last week, and it was Undertone. Have you heard about this?
I've gotten a billion ads on
Interesting.
my feed because
Huh.
I feel like my Instagram knows that I'm a horror movie freak. Did you like it?
Well, I only saw it because I knew it was a horror movie about a podcast, and I was like, I gotta go.
It's right on brand.
But it was like it didn't make me scared about podcasting. I was scared that it was gonna like ruin my my enjoyment of the podcasting. But it was like a horror podcast specifically. Well, you know what it did? It made me realize that I don't know if this is a spoiler.
That's okay.
I don't think I believe in demonic possession. I don't believe in demons.
Yeah. I feel like that's, especially if that's like the core of it, I could see why it's like, okay, this is not as intimidating.
Well, it was like I kept trying to make sense of it where there probably was not as much sense. Like I was talking with my friend that I went with like afterwards, and I was just like, well, like don't you think that like this meant that? And like the symbolism of like this happening was this, and he was just like, I just think that they were possessed. You know, I think it's just as simple as that. And I was like, and like I just kept like thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, and then like the next morning I was just like, you know what? I think I just like I don't, because I believe in plenty.
Yeah.
Like I believe in ghosts, but so it's interesting to be like, actually, I draw the line at demons.
It's very specific.
There's no demons.
There could be a woman living in this house that has seen so many people live here.
Yes.
But there is no demon
demon.
No demon will make me change.
And I do think that there can be possession, but like ghost possession.
Not
but
demonic.
Like I think demonic possession is like really big. Like it's like so big, and it's like a bigger energy than just like what would like be like a ghost being like a dead person. You know what I mean? Like a demon is like, I guess, like the hell version of like an archangel or something, you know what I mean? And I just don't think, I think what it is I also maybe just don't believe in hell.
I mean, I feel like that definitely makes the demon a non-starter.
Yes.
Because then that just assumes like we're just making these guys up for just the possession and like whatever they're doing in medieval paintings or all the pitchfork poking of butts.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I can on the record, I would agree. I would agree.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of it's not real demonic possession.
Yeah.
I also just feel like, especially someone in this modern era, I'm just like, I don't know that a new homeowner in a house necessarily needs like a demon possession. Like I feel like someone in the suburbs who just has like a wife and 2 kids. There has to be someone who's like more ripe for mischief.
I see. Yeah. No,
like,
absolutely.
We're thinking small. Like I don't think a demon would be. It's interesting that it has possession at its like core for that movie, because I feel like sometimes those are like, what was the movie that came out in the past couple of years? It had Nicolas Cage in it. Longlegs.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it, but
like spoiler alert, there is a similar like the demons, and I remember being honestly so upset in the theater. I was like, I wanted a conspiracy. Yeah,
it almost like it takes out a lot of like story work that maybe needs to happen. Just be like, it was a demon the whole time.
Just because.
Yeah.
I feel like when the movies have that plot twist, or like if that's the main thing, I just keep thinking like, well, now I'm just thinking of like Ghostbusters, and like that's where we are. Like it feels like it gets unserious for me. I'm almost a little jealous of people who like deeply believe in like demons to the point where it's like, oh, this is a very scary film. Because I remember watching Insidious the first time and being like, I'm laughing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say the undertone was like, I found it scary. And like, I think what was interesting is that like, it had to have been like a lower budget. So it was kind of, I guess, impressive. And like the sound was like really good, I thought, like really scary sound, you know? So it was kind of it was interesting the way that they made you feel uneasy and the way they made you feel scared, because I felt like that wasn't maybe so traditional. So I think it's like, if you're into horror movies, like worth checking out.
Hell yeah.
Well, maybe you can watch. You could tell me, like, if you think there's more depth to it.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's on my little bucket list for the trip, is to see a movie at an AMC here.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the one.
Fun. All right. We'll circle back later. 6. What's your latest fixation?
I've been watching a lot more videos of like, and this, I guess, trigger warning if people don't like feet. For some reason,
don't like even talking about feet.
Like, if you, for those of you who are foot phobic and do not want to be anywhere near that conversation, just skip ahead 3 hours real quick. I was one of those people growing up where my mom liked like surgery shows, and that was my gateway into like Dr. Pimple Popper. And then recently I got on my I should be on my phone less, but
sure.
It's got me hooked. And I was on Instagram Reels and I saw a video of like an ingrown toenail, like fixing operation. And I was like, that's just so interesting.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, I was like, it's been 30 minutes and I've gone to multiple pages typing in ingrown toenail fix, ingrown toenail remove, toe fix. And then I was on HBO Max like 2 days ago watching like The Foot Doctor.
Oh my God.
And I was watching it late enough to be like, okay, this is a problem. I'll just get randomly fixated on a specific thing, and that's just the current one, which is unfortunate.
It's something.
There's like nothing more horrifying than like, I was on the bus to go to work, and I was on Reels, and I looked up and I saw someone was like watching over my shoulder, and I was like, oh no, there's nothing good about this interaction. Like, there's no eye contact that won't just be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah, it's weird that even can happen, that a toenail can be ingrown. I feel like you get them from like the type of shoes that you wear and like the work that you do in the shoes. I feel like that's when you get like an ingrown toenail.
It's cramped shoes, evil deeds. Sneaking on your tiptoes.
Yes.
All that stuff. I feel like there's so many things about a body where it just goes, I've gotta hurt you just a little bit.
Yeah. 7, what do you think's overrated?
Okay, maybe this is controversial.
I mean, we're on a podcast. It's okay.
I'm gonna say it. I have a sweet tooth to a certain degree, but not that I'm from the Midwest, but I have like a boring Midwestern sense of what's like tasty. Like, I just love a good chocolate chip cookie. I think anywhere that sells like those, like it'll be a donut piled with cream, and on top of that's like a chocolate bar, like anything where it's so big, like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo would eat it. I think it's overrated. Like, I want to be able to actually, unless I'm sharing it with people, I want to be able to eat it and not feel like I just snuck out of someone's kitchen with like everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's going to be sweet, just make it like short and sweet, like really, really small.
I don't think that's controversial. I feel like, because like, yeah, if it's like a million things like in one, it's like all you're tasting is sweet. There's no nuance.
It's pure sugar.
Yeah.
Some of those places are popular. Like, it's like the Instagrammable. Yeah. The gummy worms and the milkshake, whatever
Yeah. Although I do sometimes, worms in dirt.
Yeah.
That was always good.
Like Oreo, right?
Yeah, it's like crumbled like Oreo, and
I haven't had it.
You've never had it?
I like Oreos and gummy worms.
Yeah.
I'm so boring. Like, my favorite ice cream flavor is like vanilla.
Vanilla's great. 8, what's underrated?
I would say this is underrated, but not controversial. Only because I feel like so many people I know drive, just like walking to the place you want to go to and making the time for it.
Yeah.
Every city I've lived in, every place I've visited, there's nothing more fun to me than like getting to see just like people in their day to day. And also like there's certain places you just can't easily access with a car because you just whiz past it. Yeah, I just feel like taking time out of your day to walk, like not even in like an exercise sense, like just go pick a place that you haven't had a chance to really walk down a residential street.
Yeah.
A walk is just nice.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's always in a rush. My parents currently live in DC and they just moved back there. And I remember visiting them during summers when I was an undergrad and just like shooting off to anywhere in the city and walking around, or even going by like some of the trails like near the like more swampier bayou areas. It's really nice, even if you're like just by yourself, to feel like my legs got me here.
Yeah. But then sometimes it's like, now they got to get me back. I find that like I feel that a lot.
It's pure joy and then immediate regret the minute my foot hurts like once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, walking is just good for mind, body, and spirit. I was watching this thing recently about like, you know, I mean, everybody's talking about like, how do we get off our phones? And like, and it was just like about like, how do you actually like reinsert like boredom into your life, because we need it. It's actually very important for your brain health, for processing things, for coming up with ideas. Something that they suggested, and it's something that I already do, and I do it because I think it's good for my brain, is at the gym, I don't listen to anything. I just exercise and I just focus. And if it's something that doesn't require focus, then my mind wanders. And that's where I came up with my Television idea, actually. Because I was like, oh, God. Like when the theme was like cunt, I was like, oh. I was like, I don't know.
Like, what's cunty? What's cunty?
And then it was like there that I was like, oh. So it's like, yeah, to have that unoccupied brain time is good. They were saying the gym, going for walks without listening to anything, picking like certain circumstances in your day where it's like, that's a phone-free activity. It doesn't feel hard to like just be like, I'm going to go for a walk without my phone and I'm not going to listen to anything, and just like be present, you know? It's like, it's very, very pleasant to be present. 9, this is your surprise question, and it's kind of a dumb question, but I'm just curious because after talking with Julie and Glander, we talked a lot about Pittsburgh, and I was just like thinking about it afterwards, and I was like, because I've never been there, so I don't know what it's like really, but I have spent time in Philly, and I love Philly. I did like an internship there, and I was like, is there beef between Philly and Pittsburgh, or is it like apples and oranges? Like, what's the vibe between the two cities?
I mean, I've never been to Philly, and I feel like since I'm like a newer Pittsburgh person, I feel like there's definitely like a pride in Pittsburgh that is unshakable, especially for like older generations. I do feel like saying the words like Philly cheesesteak is not allowed. But beyond that,
don't speak of that sandwich.
Unless it's like sports related, I feel like there's pretty like amicable sort of relationship. Like there's people who appreciate Philly for sure, but I don't think they do it loudly. Like I don't know that there's too much to like animosity, but I could be wrong. I feel like I'm sure there's someone who would be like, oh yeah, if I saw a guy with like an Eagles hat, I'd kill him or something. Like I'm sure there's like some intensity. I'm a hermit, so I feel like that's the few times I am social, it's for like community service, and like we're already here to like help each other.
Yeah, so already here to be like nice together. Yeah,
exactly. They're like, hi friend.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I feel like Pennsylvania is such a weird state. It feels like Pittsburgh is this like hodgepodge of all the nice things of a big city in a mid-sized one. But then, you know, it's like concrete on insane hills. Like they didn't have a city planner until like 1970 something.
Wow.
And the city's definitely older than that. So it's just like a mess of roads, and nature's really close by. And then Philly is definitely more dense and a lot more, I feel like a traditional city would look like. But yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, I think they get
along.
Maybe not siblings, but maybe like cousins.
Yeah. So if people are upset about, in Pittsburgh, the Philly cheesesteak, is there a sandwich in Pittsburgh that's like the sandwich?
This is gonna get me in trouble. Because I would say no. Pittsburgh has things like the Primanti Bros restaurant sandwiches. I don't like Primanti Bros. Like, I don't know what because the thing is, like, they'll put like, it's like, oh, you put fries on it. It's like, that's anywhere could put fries on it.
A step too far. Yeah.
But I feel like there are, like, pierogies are really big in Pennsylvania, definitely Pittsburgh. So those are like a popular food thing. Other than pierogies, I don't really know what Pittsburgh would say is like their classic thing. Pittsburgh to me feels like the Midwest. I guess it's technically like it's far enough east.
Yeah.
I feel like everywhere in the Midwest is just like, here's the other variation of meat and cheese.
Yeah.
And like bread. We've flipped a pizza inside out.
Yeah.
When I lived in Erie, they were adamant that like pepperoni rolls were like the thing.
Yes.
And some of them did taste good, but it was just like they kept naming 3 different things, and it was all pepperoni and then cheese and bread.
Yeah.
This is just pizza.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like pizza. I can't knock it.
No. But do we need other variations on pizza?
We don't have to. Yeah, we're making it in different shapes.
Yep.
Hexagonal pizza. No, it's okay. I think something people really ride hard for is Smith's hot dogs. I always like the packaging because it just tickles me a little bit. It's like Smith's skinless wieners. But they're so good.
Yeah.
And I feel like I had a Nathan's hot dog the other day at Coney Island.
Yes.
It was very cold outside.
Yes.
But I was like, oh, I miss Smith's, which I was like, that hit me in my heart.
Good to know. 10. What's your most treasured possession?
I'm wearing it right now. My a ring that my fiance gave me before we got engaged. Anytime she gives me a piece of jewelry, I just like never take it off if I can. Yeah, a little silver ring. Nice.
When did you guys get engaged?
2 years ago, roughly. Like, I found out I got the job in Pittsburgh, and we came up for a Chapel Roan concert. And then I tried to surprise her at Frick Park in Pittsburgh and proposed. I'm like horrible with keeping secrets. Like, I'll give a Christmas gift in like June.
Yeah.
And I was doing really good until like the morning of. And I just was holding a smile, and I looked scary, I think. Like, I was just, and she kept being like,
"Today's the day.
You should look really nice to go to a park." Like, we should, like, there wasn't even like a place we were going to. It was just like, I love benches in the park. They're so nice at this time of year. And we went up to this hill, and I had the like ring in my pocket, and I had my arm around her, and I was trying to get the ring out, and we're like both anxious people. She went, "What are you doing?" It was very funny, but it was sweet. I just was so bad.
Cute. 11. What were you like in high school? And actually, like, I forget if you said this earlier, but like, where did you grow up primarily?
Mostly in California.
Okay.
I was, I would say, a dork. I had like a shaved head most of my life because it was like easier for my folks. And so I was like peanut headed, like I had no sense of style really, like of my own. I was just like, my mom would say, "This looks nice. Wear this." Like, all right.
Yeah.
And so like semi-baggy jeans with like polo shirts. I was in theater. I remember my folks made me quit because my dad was like, "You need to be in track." you need to be in a sport. And I went up for the basketball team. It might as well have been like a skit, like on Mad TV or something. I was just so, like, I'm still kind of a little scrawny, but I was like, you might as well have made me like a straw in some big drink. I did do track for like a little bit, but I was so clearly like more art focused. They were like, all right, go apply for Of Mice and Men for the school play. I was definitely very like reserved and quiet. Like if I made a joke, it was under my breath to one person. And they'd be like, oh, that was funny. Yeah. You should say that out loud. And I'd be like, oh, no, that's not. Like I would like with the other people who were like adjacent with theater, like I would definitely be very goofy. Yeah. But I was like, if it's not for the stage, do not make me say anything in front of anyone. Yeah. But yeah, very, very dorky.
Kind of Cancer. Kind of contained.
very in my shell.
Yes. Yeah. 12. What's the first work of art that made a meaningful impact on you as a child?
I have a camcorder that like we had when I was growing up, and I still use it for work. And I think the first time I tried to make something was with that camcorder. And it was me trying to recreate Jurassic Park. So I feel like it has to be Jurassic Park because I think that's the first thing that ever made me want to like make something. A thing. Yeah. And yeah, there's like cute footage of me using like a toy dinosaur RC so I can get it to walk and roar. And I think I drew on a piece of paper, just like trees. And I kept trying to do, welcome to Jurassic Park. And my mom, I think, has the camera and is like way zoomed out. Like you can see like my bed and stuff. Like it's like Lego characters. It's so tiny. Yeah. But I would think Jurassic Park. Yeah. Just because I was like, as far as I've been told, those things are not real anymore. How is this possible? That I'm seeing dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's come up on the podcast multiple times. I never saw it when I was a kid, which is very strange. I don't know why, but I saw it as an adult. So I had a very different like experience of it. I was just like, okay, fine, I guess.
They got out.
My friend and I were hanging out yesterday and we just like needed to use the bathroom, and we were like in the Upper West Side, so we were like, let's just like buy a ticket to the Natural History Museum for 50 cents and use the bathroom. And we really didn't want to, like, we just really, that's all we wanted to do. But like we had to, you know, you have to kind of like walk through.
It's like,
And then I was just like, I don't care about no dinosaurs. But then like seeing some of the stuff, I was just like, wow, you know. It turns out they're fascinating, you know. I was most into like anything where if they had like teeny weeny dinosaurs. Yeah. And it's like, that's crazy to think about. A little tiny little dinosaur.
Because some of them, like the idea of seeing like 20, 30 of those like running around in little packs.
Yeah. Yes. It's like, aw.
It's cute.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. The extinction.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would be, I feel like even if it was like, this is the most accurate simulation of what happened. Yeah. Just the idea of dinosaurs everywhere. Yeah. No longer. Yeah. I guess like on land and in whatever sense, but. Yeah. Even just the idea of, I love the idea of a walkable planet, Pangea. Bring back Pangea.
Yeah, let's figure out. That's what we should be putting all of our like technological resources
moving
into.
The plates back.
Yeah. That would be nice for you with your walking practice. Yeah.
It'd be, yeah, I feel like we'd be very pro train.
Yes.
I feel like the bring back Pangea movement.
Yeah. I'm into it. Let's start a campaign here today. 13. What's your favorite feature animation?
If I had to choose the like, popcorn, I'm just going with what I've seen the past few years. I love all the Spider-Verse films. Yeah. But I grew up with like comics, and I remember when that character came out, And I was like, black.
Yeah.
Me. Like,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So those are like, I really enjoyed those. But if I put the animator hat on, there's a movie called Mind Game. It's a Japanese animated film that's like really, I would recommend it if you'd like somewhat, I don't want to use the word raunchy, but I feel like occasionally some of the humor is a little risque.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like all over the place in terms of how it animates. It's very mixed media. Like occasionally characters will be like pictures of real people mixed in. I got my fiance and her brother to watch it on my birthday, I think maybe last year. And occasionally I feel like I'll have a movie recommendation for them and they'll be like, wait, this is actually good. And I'll be like, hey, I like movies. Like, I would
You have
try
a bad reputation with them, I guess, or taste.
No, I feel like it's always funny when it really like hooks them. But that was a really fun one, like to watch in the summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's as far as like featured animations go.
14, what's your favorite short animation and or TV animation too? Qualifies?
If I had to pick like TV, I feel like one that I've come back to a handful of times and it makes me laugh with the same energy every time is home movies. But if I had to pick a short, the teeniest of tiniest, there was a short that made me think, oh, animation can be like very interesting when I was younger. It can be whatever the tone is that you want to set. There's a man in the woods. Oh, I'm forgetting. His name is Jacob Straline. I'm horribly butchering his last name, but he's done storyboard work for other episodic projects. But I don't know if he was in school when he made that short, but I know I was in high school and I did like a photo summer camp at like Cal Arts and they were showing a bunch of animation and I can't remember if it was I saw it there or someone who was animating like recommended it. But I remember I saw it that summer and I was obsessed. You know, it has obviously like students are doing the voice acting. So like some of the intimidation of the characters are like a little, this sounds like an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
I remember being like, this is creepy. And it looks like a children's animated like show. Like it has a very specific tone. But I always think about that one when I'm trying to figure out how to make something have like atmosphere or like in my mind like a certain amount of edge.
15, what animator do you most admire?
I feel like I was thinking about this recently and like what animator have I seen a majority of their projects and films? I think it would probably be Don Bluth. Especially some of the movies that I really loved from him were ones that were really important to me growing up, like The Secret of Nim. Was obsessed. All Dogs Go to Heaven. Like there's just so many where like I love how the characters are designed. I mean, I do love the story, but I just love how they all interact with each other. There's like a fluidity, but I think more than anything, as someone who is not like the strongest with character animation, I'm always quote unquote cheating by just like getting the mixed media out of movements and bodies. I love the way Don Bluth films have like acting. Like a dog shouldn't be a really good like can dancer. And like a massive like 20-30 foot alligator doing a burlesque show in water. But they're so damn good. And I just love all the acting in those movies.
16, what's a character that you relate to the most that's from an animation?
It feels kind of split. Like on one hand, I'm afraid that I come off as like Wybie from Coraline. Because I feel like sometimes I'm a little like I'm hunched at my computer and I kind of have like an odd like lilt to how I'm talking where I'm kind of like, yeah, it's just me and like one of my cats hanging out. Sorry, I don't really talk to that many people. But I don't know, I try to be friendly, so I feel like there's an aspect of that. But then I also feel like there's a certain aspect of like Rango, where I feel like I'm trying really hard. Everyone needs to calm down because this is making me panic. I have a plan, maybe, but we are we're all in this together. Like I feel like there's a certain amount of like anxiousness that's there. If the character's like a little freak, so, somewhere in there, I'm like, that's me.
That's me. I love that. Those are good picks. 17. When did you feel most discouraged in pursuing your creative path?
I mean, there was definitely points in undergrad, just like, especially like prior to really animating, where I was trying to figure out like, okay, I switched my majors and I'm doing film instead of anything I was told to do. And I'm seeing people who are like really, really good at the work they're doing, and you know, some people who are like, yeah, my grades are horrible, but I'm off to Atlanta to go film something, or oh wow, I managed to get this like internship, or I'm, you know, I have the time or the money or the funds to like kind of go chase this a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even think I have the courage, let alone the money to like do some of these things.
Yeah.
And like all I had was like time. And so I feel like that made me very much a workaholic, and I would overwork a lot because I was like, I like doing this and I think I have some good ideas, but like I'm not good enough to like rest. Like I have to do something. And I feel like that kind of reignited when I graduated from my MFA program and I got a teaching job up in Erie. I was like, okay, this is good, but like I have a portfolio, but not like a super big one. I need to keep working because like I haven't done enough to like it's always like I haven't done enough to rest. But yeah, I feel like it's always the transition points of like, I need to go to grad school. Okay, I'm in grad school. I need to find a job. Like it's always every changing point. But
yeah, like kind of restless.
Constantly.
18. What characteristic are you most drawn to in others?
I love a really good sense of humor. Whether or not they're like a calm person, if they can take things in stride and like, well, that's funny. Like it's fine. Like we can make a joke out of anything.
Yeah.
I'm drawn to that a lot. I feel like I've had good fortune to make friends with definitely some of the funniest people, especially in grad school. Like, I mean, I'm staying with one of my friends from grad school now. Lots of times, like, no phones, just friendship. Just like having sleepovers in grad school to just like rant and talk.
Yeah.
I have a distinct memory of like being at my friend Howe's house late into the night and we're all talking about, all right, we saw a documentary about mermaids. Mermaids, are they real? And like it being a 2-hour conversation.
Yeah.
And half of it being very serious and half of it being like, would they appreciate a seafood boil or would that be like sacrilegious? Like getting into the logistics of mer people.
19, and we kind of touched on this earlier. Are you spiritual? We've determined we don't believe in hell. Maybe.
I want to objectionably say I don't, but I've seen Veggie Tales. Like the fear of like cucumber God is in me a little bit. I would say that I didn't really grow up going to church. I think really I went a few times. What was shown Veggie Tales did have like a children's Bible.
Yes.
That had like pictures in it. No Raph in there though. So I feel like I was like, I have some faith. Yeah. And then as I've gotten older, I feel like I'm a more like spiritual person where like my mom had like planted the seed in my head of, oh, my father always told me I would know he's watching me if a feather floated nearby. And I always associated like good fortune and like advice with like butterflies because like my mom has lupus too, and that's one of the symbols. And like there have been so many moments where I would see a butterfly and be like, I'm gonna have a good day, and I kept like feeling that, and it just over time became a symbol for me. And like I remember seeing a butterfly in like the evening and being like, ooh, I'll follow that. Finding money, seeing a butterfly, and then like getting led away from like danger on campus and stuff. Like things that they're definitely disconnected. Yeah. But I just love the idea of like symbolism and meaning from your own like life and perception kind of connecting you a little bit to like the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say I'm like spiritual in that sense. Like I have I want to believe in so many things.
Yeah.
But I also have enough like skepticism about stuff to like I've drawn the line at demons today. So.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, they call it like synchronicity, like those elements that you see them and you're like, I recognize that as being something else that's not like something that has meaning to it. Yeah, I'm big on that as well. And something I was thinking about too with the butterfly specifically, I've not dove into this, but my mom's friend I guess is really into this, like animals as like spiritual symbols, and like what does it mean if an eagle is perched in your backyard and like stuff like that.
How they show up in the world.
And it's like she's really into that, and that like like you can kind of like study what these things means, and I feel like it comes from indigenous cultures maybe.
I would believe that. Yeah, there's a lot of folklore.
It's interesting to think about. So I wonder like what does a butterfly signify? I mean, like technically speaking, obviously for you it's like good luck, but also like safety and protection.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah.
I
wonder if it aligns with like what it actually,
I look it up. It's danger, doom.
It's got to be positive.
I would hope. I feel like it would be. It's not unlike I feel like moths get a bad rap.
Totally.
Like the Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, like, don't like a kitchen moth, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't like that, but like moths are so cool.
They get so big, but I feel like there is always something like really beautiful about like the patterns that they will have on their backs. Yeah.
They're kind of like goth butterflies.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'll see a butterfly, I'm like, oh, it's pretty, and like a moth is like, ooh. Really got that fit on. Like it's nice.
Yeah, more edgy for sure. But yeah, I feel like butterflies, they're so like, I feel like it's like whimsical. Like it's a very like whimsical kind of like energy that they're giving off because they're kind of just like plop, plop, plop around.
Like daintily moving, yeah.
And they're just like beautiful and just like, oh, it seems like a leisurely life for a butterfly. But I'm sure it's not. Something interesting too, I mean, about them symbolically is the transformation as well. And apparently the chrysalis experience is painful.
Oh.
And that I don't know that much about it. People should look it up if they want to look. But like people have recorded like the sounds that come from the chrysalis, because what happens is they become goo. Like they lose all form, which is crazy. Like it's crazy that this happens, but they lose all form and then they turn into the butterfly, and they like are screaming. But it's kind of like interesting. Horrifying. It's like I feel like it's like I don't know. I don't think it's like bad. I think it's like transformation, but like in the most extreme.
I'm just imagining like what happens in The Fly. Like it's just like full deconstruction.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess at least the end product is pretty. But that feels like the substance. That feels like I am goo, and now I am beautiful.
Well, I don't know. It's like interesting that they go from being this grounded creature, less mobility, and then they go through this painful process, but then they become so like opposite to what they were. Even like taking like the because I think caterpillars are beautiful. Taking the beauty element out of it, but just like they're free in this way that they weren't before. Not that being a caterpillar is so bad, but it's like they have a different capabilities after. It's interesting.
Different perspective for the world.
Yes. Ugh.
Goo is a horrible state.
I know.
I never want to be goo.
Yeah. No.
See, also the screaming.
I know.
I'm gonna have to now this is gonna be another thing I'm gonna have to look up.
Yeah. You're on the bus.
Butterfly screams. I have 8 tabs of butterfly screaming. How do butterflies scream?
20. What's your most life-defining decision?
I think to leave Texas and move to Pennsylvania. There's a part of me that wants to be like, oh, to decide to make things. But I feel like that was gonna happen. I was like playing with myself to...
It like wasn't a choice.
Yeah, it wasn't a choice. Like I feel like at some point I was gonna like, oops, I did it. I'm in a film program. But I think just, especially because like I had started seeing my partner like the last year I was in grad school, and we really connected. And I was like, I'll be alone somewhere, and there's a chance we might have to go long distance. And you know, she's born and raised in Houston, but I just had the feeling that like I think I kind of have to keep moving, and we will be together. And this is like a love that I definitely like fills up my cup in a way to like make things. And I was like, I don't think I can do what I need to do to be able to like make work and make stuff if I like just stay here just because. And I mean, she ended up coming with me. Yeah. And her coming, a few months later, her brother turned 18. He said, can I move up there? Oh. He came. Yeah. And then he moved to Pittsburgh. Yeah. And he's the reason why we even took interest in being in Pittsburgh. And so like I feel like just I love where we are when we live now and the life we have. Yeah. And we wouldn't have been able to have it in Texas. Not in the way the United States kind of is. Yes. It's tough enough being a person, I think, anywhere, but being like Black and queer in Texas, even in Houston, which is a pretty, you know, great city. It's still kind of rough. And I feel like Pittsburgh's so queer and has so many people making art. I just wouldn't have found that. Yeah. I'm glad you found it. I'm glad you got, like, it sounds like, you know, kind of like, okay, these are the things that are important, but something has to change. And it's like, you know, kind of navigating that, and it worked out in a beautiful way. And yeah, nice that she can have her family around. We're collecting them. There's 2 more siblings and her parents to like swoop up. 21, what do you consider your greatest achievement? I feel like, again, not to get corny, I feel like convincing her to leave Houston, Texas to go to Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah. And I don't even think I'm joking, because I like some of the things I've made. I think I like them more when they are in that realm of documentary, because I like the stories people are telling me. But I feel like I'm almost never satisfied fully with a thing that I purely make. And I feel like, yeah, just to be mushy and corny, I think it's convincing someone that I find very funny all the time and very charming to leave a big city with lots of food and actual diversity. Yeah. To move to like to move all the way up north where like there's no Southern hospitality, like even if people are nice. Because I would say I'm kind of an awkward person generally. And so that was like, oh man. How did I get away with this? This is awesome. You're obsessed with me. I was like, you have no idea what kind of heist I just pulled. 22. What would you say to yourself 5 years from now? And you will have a record of it on this podcast. I think I would say, I hope we have both our hands and feet, and we're not in any federal prisons. I hope that I am making things that I enjoy making instead of by obligation. I hope we are not working on weekends, and that aspirations are still growing at like a silly rate. I remember hearing like, I don't watch the Oscars that often, mainly because half the time I'm like, boo. Yeah. But I think someone gave like an Oscar speech and they were like, I'm trying to be, I think it was probably Matthew McConaughey, which feels like, I don't know if I should be taking life advice from Matthew McConaughey, but I want to be better than me a year from now. And like, I want to be way better than me like 5 years from now. And so every time I'm looking backwards, I would be like, oh, I have to have improved. Like, it feels like a much more like fun, competitive way to think about like working versus I don't deserve rest. Like, no, I just want to be better. I will be better, but not on weekends.
Yes.
I need to be a person first.
Yes, that's so important. And hopefully no ingrown toenails on those hands or feet.
I'm so much more nervous about that now that I've seen how many people have them. But also I feel better because I'm like, my feet, I think maybe are pretty now that I see what they could be like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this question might be redundant in the sense that I feel like you've said a little bit of like what's going good in your life now. But if there's even more stuff to say, I mean, you're living, in a city that you love with your love and family and community. And I assume you enjoy working at the school that you work at.
Yeah. It does feel funny and like, oh no, my steak is so juicy. Like, oh gosh, my life's just so good. I mean, it does. I think it's been a lot of work to try and get to a point where like I'm making constantly, but in a way that doesn't feel like it's running me into the ground anymore.
Yeah.
Medicated therapy. Like I think it's all this stuff. Like I feel like things are going good because taking care of myself makes it easier to make things. Yeah. And I feel like I gave up whatever fight to prioritize that versus making stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, things have been going good. I feel like, especially even the animated short Story Drive, Voices Unveiled, that I'm taking to festivals, like starting to hear back for that. And so that's cool. Like, I'm just always excited that anyone's willing to watch work. So like, that's been like a fun thing, especially just to celebrate the work that the other animators are doing in it.
And then 24, what do you want to plug?
Exactly what I just said. Story Drive, Voices Unveiled. If it's in a festival that you love to go to, please check it out. I'm raising funds for On Good Days. GoFundMe is all over my social medias. A big plug to Film Diary NYC. I think a big part of what made me have the energy to like restart Story Drive, because I just made a random film when I went out there the first time and came up to New York. The community is so full of love, and it's all the strange and wild video makers of various kinds. Yeah, I definitely would not be making in the same intensity, I think, without having come to the festival the first time.
This podcast is recorded, edited, and produced by me, India Lombardi-Bello. Digital marketing assistance by Arnesh Kundu. Design by Sawyer Rippon. Music by Krautmeyer. Special thanks to Benton Bainbridge for introducing me to Marcelese.